Welcome to my channel again. Today we'll be making native rice, and I'm going to be using Ofada rice in making my native rice. This is the list of the ingredients, and this is the pepper we'll be blending, and this is overall look of the all ingredients, which is the Maggie cubes, the chopped onions, the locust beans, which is called iru locally. This is the snail, the blended pepper, my crayfish, my dry fish, which has been stone rinsed, and the crayfish has been also washed. And this is the special signature in the dish, in the cushion, in the dish. Sorry, it is called Ofada rice. This Ofada rice is actually locally grown in Nigeria, West Africa, and it's very healthy because it's not been stripped of all the nutrients and heat. It has a lot of fiber. I actually love it because of how healthy it is and how important it is to my health. So I eat it a lot. And get your clean pot. While your clean pot is ready, turn on the heat to medium level, add your palm oil. This is my palm oil. It's a bit cold over here, so it's a bit like frozen together. So you just have to melt it, dissolve it on a medium level heat. So once the palm oil is dissolved and it's a bit hot, not super hot, take note of that, and make sure you have your heat on a medium level. And once it's melt, the first thing we are going to be adding is locust beans, our iru, but we have to give it a rinse, which is what is going here. Rinse your locust beans. The reason why we should rinse it, or why it's advisable to rinse it, is because of the tiny sand and stone. We're trying to infuse the flavor from the locust beans in the palm oil on a medium level for like 30 seconds to 1 minute. Then afterwards, adding my chopped onions and stir all together again. And importantly, make sure it's a medium level heat so that it won't get burnt. The onions or the locust bean won't get burnt, but they will infuse into the oil slowly and give it a good flavor. And add your Maggie cubes. I love the combination of two flavors of Maggie cubes. Here I'm using the beef and the chicken Maggie cubes. Stir them all together, melt the Maggie cubes. Once it's been frying for like a minute or so, or a minute and a half, gently add blended pepper. My blended pepper, remember, is what I show you from beyond that. It's the combination of Scottish bonnet, which is rodo, ginger, turmeric, and onions. So stir it together. Then we have to add back the water in which we rinse our locust bean in. Just strain it. It's an additional flavor. We don't throw it away. Yeah, so be careful. It has some tiny bit of sand and stones, which is one of the very reasons why we rinse it. So stir again very well. And now I'm leaving it to cook for 5 minutes. Let it all cook together. Once it's 5 minutes, I'm going to be adding my crayfish and my dry fish, which has been rinsed. You have to rinse it as well. And the dry fish, you have to rinse. I rinsed mine and take out all the bones and stir them all together. You just have to pay attention to the bones and the fish, most especially if you have younger ones eating from your food. They can choke on it. It can be very dangerous to their health. Add water. And I'm going to cover it now and leave it to cook for another 5 minutes. So while it's cooking, I'm going to cover again. So while it's cooking, I'm going to rinse my Ofada rice. This particular Ofada rice has been destoned. One of the challenges we used to have those days about Ofada rice, why it actually put a lot of people off, is because of the stones in them. But now farmers are becoming smarter, or they've improved their technology. They now have a way to destone it. So this very one is the one that doesn't have stone, even though it's a little bit more expensive than the usual one, because they've done the job for us. Before now, we have to find a way to destone it locally with some kind of different method. But this very one has been destoned, so you can get to buy the one that has been destoned from shop, just a little bit slightly more expensive. So pour the washed rice in the boiling sauce. So rinse your rice like about 2 to 3 times before putting it in, because they come with a lot of shaft. Cover it. Another thing about the rice is it takes a bit longer to cook tenderly than the normal usual long grey rice or basmati rice. I think, in my own understanding, I think because it hasn't been polished that much, which is why it takes longer. So you have to pay attention to it. And sometimes it can be very tricky. Sometimes you think it's soft or tender enough. By the time you turn down the heat, it's still a bit very hard. So you have to pay close attention to it when you're cooking your for the rice, even if it's this way or you're just cooking it normally. So I'm giving it a taste to see if it's soft enough. It's not, so I'm adding more water. Yeah, I'm going to be adding salt a little bit, because the taste is not accurate enough for me. So cover it, leave it to boil, then come back to check again to see if it's tender enough. Stir all together. Then I'm adding my snail. The reason why I'm adding my snail um to the last minute is because it has already been parboiled ahead of now. And one thing I love about my snail, I don't like it to be completely too stuffed. I like it to be crunchy. You know, when you're chewing, you're eating it, you still want that crunchiness from your snail. So adding more water so that I can just steam it up together, and it can just get some flavor from the rice as well into it. So I added a bit of water and turning the heat down. So I'm going to cook it further with a foil to steam it up, and just to be careful now so that it won't be too soggy, not adding so much water to prevent it from too soggy. Just steam it up with the foil with that additional water. We do the trick. Leave it on for like about 3 5 minutes. And check. Stir it out again. Just coming to an end. This is my special recipe on how I make my native rice using Ofada rice. Native rice using Ofada rice. The key ingredients here is the locust beans, the palm oil, and the dry fish. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you love it, and I hope you're going to practicalize it or add this to your recipe. Please remember to share with friends and family. And just to my surprise, I got an additional subscriber. Thank you all for your support. I can't do it all by myself. I appreciate you. Have a good week ahead. Bye for now.